Right. I'm now recording. This is fantastic. Exploit is behaving itself.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I need content from a YouTube channel anyway. It's been a while since I've done any Purocasts. So might as well carry on going down this matchup on this little rank game. So we've got Yetidu, Serengeti and Zara in that bot lane, being Jinx and Morgana respectively, versus Draven and Thresh. This is going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, Draven Thresh is a really high risk combination, since they can do a lot of damage early on if the hook lands, but Morgana prevents them to land their hook, so that's going to be a really interesting matchup.
Indeed, the Black Shield will prove to be the saving grace. That's if, of course, Morgana can proc it. I was watching a game the other day and watching a Morgana play support, and she was doing the Black Shields at the wrong time. So just as the hook hits, she would Black Shield, but it would be in that few seconds where it actually registers their sentence landing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate then.
Yeah, so it's going to be split second timing, and it was, I think it was gold 1 as well, so it was pretty high up. So we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here. So who do you think is going to win this game overall, from like early, mid to late, and all that usual jazz?
I think that the red team has a clear advantage in the early game. They have strong early game jungler in Lee Sin, and strong early game laners. If Lulu plays it well, she's going to be really able to deny Ness a lot of CS. And same goes for the mid lane, as I already touched on, the fact that Xerath can outpush Nidalee. And it's really going to come down to the blue team bot lane to make the plays.
Yeah, I think my money would have been on the blue team from the sub. That's only because our boss is playing this game as well as our head of casting. So she'll have to see where this game is going to end up. Currently, nothing much is really going on. It's just the usual early game farm. There hasn't been any level 1 skirmish as such, and everything's going sort of as you predicted actually, which is rather good, Mr. Gennaro. Although it's going to be Zara and Jinx going in on the aggression, landing the zap and forcing Draven right onto the back foot and denying him a lot of farm and a lot of XP. Zoboth though does get caught in the dark binding, even gets exhausted as well. Flame Chompers though aren't available for Jinx as of yet. She's only just got to level 2, and we have a gank coming out from Zothar in the top lane, and Lulu is forced to zippy away, but unfortunately it's not going to help her. At least can chase down, and it's going to be first blood going over to the blue team. A very nice gank there, and it's not over yet on terms of the aggression. Draven going super aggressive in the bot lane, might regret it, dodges the zap and the dark binding, so he's going to be safe as houses for the time being, but if he's not careful he will be taken out before too long.
Oh god.
Oh, and Lulu in the bot lane. Sneaky little Lulu actually goes aggressive onto Jinx here. Actually burns the flash as well, gets over the Flame Chompers, will use picks there to land the necessary damage. Zabroth though trying to get the fly onto Zara. It's not going to be enough, but the range of distance as well to secure that kill. So 2 for 1 now in the kills for the red team.
The overall gold advantage is still even though, because the red team got the blue team got their the red team got the first. No, the blue team got the first blood. They got the first blood early on in the top lane, so that still gave them somehow of an edge in the gold wise.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see where this all goes. Zothar is coming round to the side here. He's actually looking for an opening to land that cocoon, but he's not going to get his out. It's a little bit too quick on his feet. The repel comes out though, along with the venomous bite. He's starting to really land down the hurt. Ignite is ticking away with Lee Sin off to the side. Uses the wonderful safeguard jump to protect Zouth, and sadly Zothar is not going to pick up a kill there. So a nice little bit of lane harass though will force Zouth out of lane entirely.
Yeah, we can see the good aggression coming out of Zothar. He has really done some good things tonight. The gank on the top lane was beautiful, and that was some really nice aggression onto Xerath, which gave Nidalee a bit of an edge.
There we go, so we're just adjusting our sounds there. so that way we can actually hear each other, because League was being very, very loud and very, very obnoxious. So, things currently settling down now into that late early game group here. Zara gets caught right in the middle of the death sentence. The Dark Binding doesn't land to ignore it, so Zaber goes straight on in there. Throws out the Dark Binding to catch Draven, but Draven's actually laying down a humongous amount of damage. Double Dawn's Blade certainly starting to prove its worth. Top lane, meanwhile, Narcissus and Lulu still going at it. Lee Sin coming in for a very nice game. Drops Narcissus incredibly low. It's actually going to force him out of lane entirely, denying him quite a lot of gold and XP. So the red team now really starting to push their lane advantages home.
Yeah, but Ness still has TP, so if he's going to use it to go to top lane, he's not going to miss out that much. And yeah, he decides to use it for the CS, so. But there's still a 100 gold advantage for Lulu, which doesn't really matter that much. The real goal advantage is in the jungle for the blue team. They get that 500 gold advantage from Elias over Lee Sin because of the first blood, which also is really nice for them since Elias scales a lot better than Lee Sin into the late game. Because late game Lee Sin is going to be more a peeler, and Elias can actually put down a lot of pressure in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, so now we've hit level 6 near enough across the board. It's only the bot lane duos that are looking for the advantages. Nidalee going heavy into Zareth. It drops him down to 25% HP. It's actually going to force him back. So that's going to deny some artillery fire for the time being, of course. And Elisa Morgana being very, very sneaky here. They're taking away the blue buff from Zareth and actually managed to get away with it.
Really
so
huge.
That's done him a huge favour. Zareth is very mana intensive since his rework at the very least.
Yeah, as I touched on earlier. Oh, we missed that.
Yeah, we completely missed that fight. Too busy focusing on Zareth and not focusing on Thresh getting his face handed in by Elise and Morgana. But the aggression still is not over. Zothar is going in for the chase, goes in with the leap and the venomous bite, goes in for the repel as well, but nope, decides to auto attack, use the repel backwards to the minion line rather than go aggressive. Also, he doesn't want to give that blue buff over to Lee Sin at any rate. But still, a very good gank. It does force Draven out of lane. It does give some relief for Jinx and Morgana to back safely as well and pick up some items themselves.
I touched on already earlier a little bit on this topic. If Zareth had gotten the blue buff, he would have been really able to pressure Nidalee a lot. But since they denied that, which they did really well. Oh!
That way, I call that. That was actually a really good dive in there by Nidalee, using the Cougar form pounce to close the gap and then swiping away to deal the necessary damage. Still, as you were saying.
As I was saying, Zareth without a blue buff is really not able to clear those waves as fast as he could with the blue buff. So that's a really nice play by the blue team to deny that. And already also picking up the red buff.
Yeah, nice bit of counter juggling coming out here by Zothar. Is going to run around with the double buff. Doesn't need to give the blue over to Elise. Elise can quite happily play the game without a blue. It's going to be a nice big 3v1 fight here though. It's going to deny Lulu tons of safety, but he's forced to pop the wild growth. It even drops down to 25 HP regardless. And Lee Sin also coming in from the side, tries to zone out Nidalee but doesn't quite land all the necessary damage, and it's going to be a bit difficult for anyone to keep up this fight. And a nice javelin from Nidalee is going to pick up Skylar there. So Lee Sin is out of this fight, and now this is Dirty Lamy to hold this tower as best she can, but really can't do much about it, not with Narcissus with full fury of the sounds on. It's going to be taken out and goes super low. Zareth does come in as well to join this fight, so it could be a 3-0 engage here. It goes in for the full artillery barrage. He's trying to find Narcissus, but sadly doesn't get anywhere near enough damage down. Zothar goes super aggressive, drops a lot of tower, goes forced to repel. Nidalee is going to go and pick up that kill, so that's going to be a very nice 3-for-1 engage there up in the top lane, and they might even get the tower off of this as well.
Oh. Lulu comes in with the TP.
Yeah, but not a lot's going to happen from that. Zothar and IMAX are just going to pull away from that fight very, very nicely and just let bygones be bygones. Engage happening though in the bot lane. Zara goes incredibly low, gets caught by the spinning axes. He is going to go down. Stand aside will pick him out, and unfortunately gets caught in by a dark binding. Jinx will get the kill and gets the revenge as well. Directed camera, why would you do that and go to the top lane to watch Lee Sin and Elise duke it out? As Jinx nearly takes down Draven. So very nice engage on the bot lane, a very nice engage in the top lane as well.
And as you can see right now in the top lane, Ness is starting to get to the point where you can actually duel Lulu, because he scaled so well into the later stage of the game. So as soon as you get to that level 9, level 10, he's really going to be able to duel almost anyone in the game.
Yeah, we can certainly see that now. He's starting to hurt Dirty. Lammy quite badly, drops it down to just below 50% HP, and he's barely damaged himself. He can certainly take out the damage. Wither's a lot stronger than the Pixelo, and he's still going super aggressive here, though he is still losing mana faster than he's regenning it. He's going to be wasting it away there, but still doing very well in that top lane. So we're going to be approaching the mid-game stage. Do you think we could be seeing a very cheeky dragon come out here as Narcissus is going to take down Lulu in no time at all and just walk out of tower range? Although Lee Sin comes in for the gank, does a nice amount of damage, even gets the slow onto Narcissus. Can just easily rack this up with, oh, misses the Sonic Wave, so can't get the jump. Very smart with it, is going to deny Lee Sin the chase, but he's still not done yet. He can keep this up. And the Duke's coming out using the new
fight.
Brush as bottom lane. The fight breaks out now as we got Morgana and Nidalee going in deep. Unfortunately though, can't find Draven, but they will turn their attentions onto Thresh instead, who isn't all that. Oh, nearly getting Draven there with the Super Mega Dive Pocket, but Zap will pick up the kill. This Javelin from Nidalee forces Zabra right down to 25% HP and is going to force.
The action is not over, top lane.
Yeah, it's still not over yet. Narcissus has been juking Lee Sin all afternoon. He's been doing a very good job of doing so. Goes super low, but he's using a tower to his advantage and gets the kill very nicely. Goes 3-0. This is a very well played top lane Narcissus.
Yeah, he's really stepping up his game. He resisted to the early game pressure of Lulu due to the gank from Elise. And is now really able to put down a lot of pressure onto the enemy team, killing Lulu, letting multiple people of the enemy team come top to deny him. He's playing that really well.
There we go, first tower of the game now going over to the red side. Still no one's picked up oh no, Dragon has been picked up. When did Dragon get taken? But anyway, Jinx getting caught out here. He's going to be caught in the whirling axes there and will get taken out. So Draven finally gets himself some shutdown gold. Is actually going to bring himself back into this game rather nicely.
Yeah, also due to the passive, this is really huge for Draven. Getting a shutdown plus the stacks of passive, that's a nice goal for him.
So now we'll just have to see what's going to happen in the mid game. Blue team stacking up for the mid lane, trying to deny Lulu and Xerath some time to push in, keeping that mid lane alive. Let's have to wait and see what goes on here. The Javelin and the Dark Binding comes out, completely locks out Lulu, gets caught in the Tormented Soil, but will be zipping away rather quickly using her little broomstick. So what do you think is going to happen as we push on into this mid game? Who do you think is going to start taking advantages home in terms of team fights and map objectives?
So since the blue team has a gold advantage at this point, and they have a rather strong siege comp, with Morgana and Elise, the popular cocoon into Dark Binding combo, or the other way around, they can really try to get, but as I say this, bot lane fight is breaking out.
Yeah, no, that's why I carry on, because you were on a roll there. We know Jinx is going to pick up the kill quite happily. Their synergy is pretty darn strong, and we're going to see Lee Sin go down the top lane as well. So as you were saying, with the mid lane, with the likes of Elise and Morgana.
With the likes of Elise and Morgana and the Nidalee Spear, they can really start to go on those towers, wait for a skill shot to hit, let you do the damage on the tower from the back line, and then have the huge Nazis come in, ghost in the back line, and destroy everyone. So I think that's how the blue team wants to play this game, and they're in the lead, which is really nice for a siege comp.
So we're going to start pushing into this again now. As you said, the siege comp of this blue side is going to be their greatest strength, especially now they're so far ahead, and they are actually starting to siege rather nicely. They've taken down 3 towers now, so all outer towers for the blue team have gone. They can now push on to the inner ones if they so choose, so you can start doing map objectives. Draven though goes super aggressive in the bot lane, will pick up Zera in no time at all, leaving Jinx all by her lonesome. Unfortunately, Jinx doesn't have that great dueling potential, or sort of 2v1 fight potential. Does go down nice and quick, and even Elise goes down into that mid lane. Zareth is now starting to prove alarmingly strong, I would feel.
Yeah, having the Athenes at this point, he's now able to sustain quite a bit with the helps of his passive. So he's, even without a blue buff, going to be able to clear the waves, and clear the waves.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So that's he's really going to be the key point to defending the siege of the blue team, with his massive amount of wave clear, together with a little bit of help from Lulu.
Speaking of Lulu, the teleport is coming in. Nidalee does go in deep, goes right up to the inner tower, lands the necessary damage, will get herself a blue buff, but Lulu coming around from the side is going to continue to chase and isn't going to get much from it. So instead she's going to recall and go back and buy a couple of items, I would suspect. No, instead she's just going to hang around for a little bit longer and just decide what to do here, as we might see the potential of a fight break out in this mid lane.
Yeah, that was really well played by Nidalee, really understanding the capabilities of her champion, to how aggressive she can go, how defensive, at which point she's really playing well at this point. And she also has the goal to almost finish her Rabadons, so she's going to hit a really strong power spike really soon.
So far, of course, we are now 17.5 minutes into this game. It's 3 towers for 2, 29,000 gold to 24,000 gold, and 14 kills for 9. So the red team doing a very good job of hanging on here, despite the fact that the blue team, with their strongest siege comp, can hold out for as long as it can. Jinx and Morgana pushing down this mid lane, very strong. Draven and Thresh not too far behind. They're going to come in and try and pull a flanker. They can't quite land the necessary damage, although now we see the power of Zerath with that artillery barrage come straight on down. It's going to be Protejo pulling off the Draven kill there, and even giving Zerath and Thresh the assist. Fight breaking out in top lane as well. Lulu is going to be heavily pressured down by Zothar on that. Elise is actually starting to take a ton of damage, but unbeknownst to him, his team's pinging away for it. The rest of the red team is going to collapse on him, so Elise isn't going to get the kill and is forced to repel. Still carries on the chase though, right into the enemy base. He is going to get pulled down there. It's going to put Draven onto an unstoppable now. It's going 6-2, and this fight is still not over. Elise, sorry, not Elise, Nidalee and Jinx are coming around from the side as well, trying to pull a flanker onto Thresh, or Draven at the very least, and trying to deny him some more kills and some more golden XP. Gets caught by the Jinx Super Mega Death Rocket, does get shut down. Nidalee is hanging off to the side, waiting for those spears to become available and those shots to do damage. Narcissus is going to pick off the turret, and the red team are now on the back foot seriously in this top lane, with the inhib turret at risk of going down in no time at all. Although, speaking of Zerath, just one hit, there we go. Gets thwacked down, and even with Narcissus, a cute little bunny, is still not over. And the blue team doing a very nice job here, push right up into the top lane and get the top lane inhib all in one sweet push.
Yeah, this is really huge for the blue team. They have just accumulated such a huge lead right now. Being able to take down that top lane inhibitor due to this shredding power of Jinx with that minigun. That's like, they're going to have so much pressure coming in on that top lane. And now they can really play that siege comp, go bot lane, go mid lane, take the towers, and win the game off that. That's going to probably be their win condition.
And doing a very good job of it. Even when they are being besieged in the enemy jungle, they're doing a very good job of holding out Threshman. Aggressive onto Narcissus, getting nothing out of it other than just being beaten over the head. Jinx though picks off Lulu off the top of your screen there, so a very nice kill for her. Even gets the right buff and gets to keep it, despite Lulu's best advantages of holding it. And blue team also picks up what I'm guessing will be the second dragon of the game, judging by the gold lead.
Yeah, and they're really extending the goat lead, taking it slow right now, not forcing themselves onto the turrets just yet. More taking the enemy red buff, taking the jungle, taking their own red buff, and then collapsing as strong as they could get onto the mid lane.
And doing a very good job of it as well. So we might as well look down the items whilst we're waiting, as we see a little bit of poking back and forth. Nidalee gets caught out entirely by the death sentence, gives the kill over to Draven. Jinx though counters up very quickly, comes in with the super mega death rocket and gets that last kill to get her excited. Narcissus comes in, drops the Spirit of Fire, tries to deal some damage and some harass. It's not going to get very far. The Tormented Chains come out from Morgana, manages to lock up a couple of, well, forces Draven out and forces South out of the fight entirely. Narcissus gets caught out entirely, gets shut down by an Arcano Pulse. Jinx coming from the side and manages to pick off Lee Sin. Morgana is now left all by her lonesome to fight off South and does a very good job of dueling him 1v1, but sadly won't accrue nothing of it. The Whirling Death, the skims by Jinx, so Draven is not going to pick up that. He's not even going to pick up Morgana either. They are a nice safe distance away, and Elise is now going to start taking out this minion wave in no time at all, whilst Lulu split pushes in bot.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Lulu is able to achieve anything with her split pushing. She does have the TP up right now, but so does Nasus, and she's not. We have seen that she's not able to duel Nasus, but he's using the TP on the mid lane turret, and that TP sucked.
Yeah, so
Quoting Kobe.
It's not going to go anywhere. A very smart move there by Lulu. Recalls after pushing the minion wave a little bit further forward. Elise, meanwhile, is caught out in the enemy jungle, starts going down super low. The Arcana Pulse gets dodged by a very smart repel and repels straight into the minion wave. So, very well played there by I Am Zothar. I'm just waiting to see now where this next engage is going to happen. Most likely will be in this mid lane. Everyone is trying to push forward, although Morgana is pinging to do the bot lane in a tower. So that could be where the next fight could start up. We can have someone like Narcissus or even Elise here in the mid lane to split push it all the way through to take out the inhibitor tower. Just have to wait and see. Item says Zareth has now picked up himself and Zhonya's Hourglass, so he's looking to play very, very safe against the likes of Jinx, Narcissus and Nidalee and just deny them any sort of kill.
Yeah, and the red team did a really good job now at reading what was going to be the next step by blue team. So they just went preemptively into that bot lane, clear the waves, and really prevent the blue team to pull off that siege.
Yeah, but Nidalee's spear really starts to hurt. One spear, not even at max range, just forces Earth down to about half health. So Nidalee is going to be a target to fear, especially if she's left unattended out in the back line. And the blue team pinging like madmen for Dragon. Nidalee's still off by a lonesome, Morgana back at base. So they should have the power to do this. Of course, they got Narcissus and Elise to tank it, and Jinx has got the damage. And this is going to be a real scare for the red team when they see Nidalee come back out of the bush somewhere with the spear ready, with Baron Nashor buff.
Yeah, and that was a really smart move. They can now take the top lane inhibitor without any problems. They do not have to fear to take down the bot lane inner turret anymore, since there is no objective on the other side that's going to be vulnerable when the top lane inhibitor is taken. So it's really easy for them now if they take this game slow, just play up the siege and yeah.
A nice little bit of engage happening out on the top lane. Zothar went aggressive against Lee Sin, actually nearly gets the kill. Draven very smartly comes in from the side and uses stand aside to break some distance, allows Lee Sin a chance to escape here. Blue team now starting to stack up on this mid lane inhibitor turret outside the walls and will be able to lay down the damage soon enough, I would suspect. The static shiv from Jinx is really starting to lay down the hurt. She only needs to hit one person and then the chain will start to build up and deal some major damage. And that Nidalee javelin really is starting to destroy Zara's health bar. She's almost at 100 to 0 him in just one spear, which is actually quite scary.
Yeah, and that's the power of Nidalee right now. It's really just, she hits those spears with the Baron buff, the mana regen, and now already picking up the blue buff. That's going to be a real pain for red team to deal with.
So now 25 minutes into this ranked game, Narcissus gets caught out in the top lane, pops the Spirit Fire, and even forces Draven onto the back foot and nearly gets annihilated. Gets the shield off of Lulu and actually manages to dodge the Super Mega Death Rocket. And
in the meantime, though,
yes,
the mid lane tower is getting taken down, so that's another advantage over to the blue team.
Yep, starting to pull that off very nicely. Still waiting to see what's going to go on here. As we can see, everyone's now starting to stack up in this top lane. Want to get that top lane inhibitor. The mid lane inhibitor is available as well, so the tower is gone. So it's 5v5. We could see the team fight that. The sides, of course, blue team will take out this mid lane inhibitor in no time at all. Jinx is going to take out the top lane inhibitor at some point, I would suspect. And we could see the fight engage. Lulu gets absolutely deleted by the combination of the Dark Binding and Nidalee Javelin. And Thresh also goes down. At least Sin was somewhere in that fight. It might have been Thresh. I saw someone just get deleted. As we see Draven goes down as well. So Narcissus, that Siphoning Strike really started to hurt. So Draven's now nothing more than a head in the ground. As we
and
can
they're going to end this.
Yep.
The damage from the Nexus 7 strike and the attack speed steroid on the team is going to end this game. Yeah.
Yep, so GG, well played by everyone. Narcissus getting the ace and dancing quite happily, and even Nidalee getting very brave and dives right up on top of the Nexus. So GG, well played. And who do you think your summon of the match is going to be?
I'm really tempting between Elise and Nidalee, because Elise played that early game so well, managing to keep the laners who actually were at a disadvantage into the game, help them transition into the mid game where they're stronger, and Nidalee though did a really good job at hitting those javelins, poking down, managing to take down the objectives for the team. So overall, really well played by the blue team.
Indeed, so very well played all round. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to like, favourite, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.